Hi guys, so on today's video I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how this Y6 brush works and compared to the Real Techniques diamond sponge. I already went ahead and did the whole look. Can you guys guess which one's which one's with this one and which one is with this one? I just wanted to test this out and I wanted you guys to see if there's a difference. Is it worth it? I got the whole set of the Laura Lee brushes. I've only used these three right here, so I can only tell you guys how these three right here have been. But other than that, I haven't tried out the other ones, which I am planning on trying them on. But yeah guys, I finally did get my Morphe package. I don't know what happened, but out of nowhere the package was outside of my door, so maybe it was that a neighbor received it and then after a couple of days they decided to come drop it off. So that's always a plus side, that my neighbors are really honest and very very nice to do that, because they could have just kept it, they could have just returned it to the UPS or whatever, they could have done something else. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it on this video. That's what this video is going to be about. So if you guys want to know if there is a difference between these two, if this brush does work better than a sponge, then go ahead and keep watching and let's get on to the video. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Y6 brush, and here it is. It is a little dirty because I have used it already. So I'm going to use this foundation right here, my YSL foundation, and let's see how this goes. Probably going to put it on my face. I'm going to do one pump. Okay, so that's the side with the brush, and I didn't get to do my forehead but there's still like enough product for my forehead. Okay, so there you have it guys. So this is with the brush, and I have used this brush before and I did like the way that it applied. So let's go ahead and see my other side. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques sponge and I'll go ahead and do the same. Oh, my eye's getting red again. I'll go ahead and do the same thing. Put one pump. See what happens. Okay, so I can definitely tell the difference. Like, I feel like with the brush, more of the product stays on my skin, and with see, you guys, I think you guys can tell. And with the sponge, I feel like a lot of it goes on the sponge. I feel like more of it gets sucked in by the sponge, but it gives me like a medium coverage. And then this side is more like a full coverage. I like the lighting, how it's hitting. This one, it's more like full coverage, and this one's like a light coverage. So I feel like to get more out of your foundation, it is better to use this one. You just have to be careful about it streaking, because when you're blending it out, you do have to go like over it like this, maybe in like tapping motions around the parts where they might look a little streaky. One thing I did notice that I think it's because I put a lot of foundation on. Like you can see my you can see my foundation around my nose more. Like it kind of went into my pores, but I think it's because of the amount of foundation I put on. One pump could have probably done my whole face. Like one pump and a half would have probably done my whole face with this, with the brush, and maybe like 2 pumps would do my face with this. So I do really like the brush. I think it works really good, and I do see why Laura Lee really likes the brush. I think it really does work really good. That's why I wanted to do like a comparison, like side to side, because I haven't seen a video. I'm sure there's one out there, but let me just do like half a pump more. But I haven't seen any videos, so I wanted to do it so I can see the difference myself as well, and I could show you guys. So definitely you get more out of your foundation with that brush. When you apply it, it leaves your skin like totally like matte. And with this one, as you guys can see, I feel like it's a little bit more it has a little bit of shine. And the problem that I have is when I put a foundation that's matte, like I put moisturizer and then I put the foundation, right? And the problem that I have is that when I put the powder on, like I like to put the powder on no matter what, like all over my face, because I want it like to be set in. And the only thing is that when I put on the powder, I feel like my skin is like super duper matte, like so matte that it's like dry. I feel like with the brush, it helps your skin not get all the oil sucked in. Like I feel like maybe this sucks all the oils up when you're applying it and then it puts on the foundation. I don't know, but let me go ahead and put the powder on and see if you guys can tell the difference. Okay guys, so I went ahead and just finished my whole makeup look, and honestly, like I do really like the brush. I feel like it works great. Like I said, like for it not to be streaky, one tip I can give is, because it doesn't really leave it that streaky, it just leaves like a couple. So then, and it's when you're still like blending it out, you just go pat it on like that and like they go away. Yeah, I really like it. I feel like you can get a more full coverage look with this brush. I do have another brush that I've used for foundation, which is this one right here, and it is also supposed to be for foundation, and this is the Real Techniques one. This one I didn't like it too much. As you guys can see, they are different. This one's flat and this one isn't. And when I would put it on, like it would leave streaks, and this one's kind of harder to like pat it on because it's in a different shape. So this one was easier to like pat on and blur out the streakiness, that whatever streakiness it would leave, you could just pat it on, which I think that's helpful, and it wouldn't leave it that streaky. Just certain parts, like down here, it wouldn't leave it streaky, just like right here. So I just pat it on, and this one, patting it on, I don't think it would help out. So yeah, I do like it. This is a good brush. Now I see why Laura Lee really likes it. I think it works really good, especially to give you that full coverage look. Right now that I put on the powder, I don't think you can really tell too much of a difference. I do see that on this side it does look a little bit dewier than this side, if you guys can tell that. And I feel like that's because you can still see, like, because I did put on moisturizer, so I feel like you can still see a little bit of the dewiness from the moisturizer, even though I did put on a matte foundation, which I don't mind. I don't mind seeing a little bit of it. And on this side you can't really see it that much because the sponge, I feel like, does soak up the moisture that well, not the moisture, but like any extra dewiness that the moisturizer leaves. I feel like this sucks it in, and just I feel like pretty much blends it all together. And with this one, I feel like it just kind of like spreads it everywhere around. That's what I've noticed from the difference of using the sponge and using this brush. And then from using this brush, it had left me a little bit streakier, and I couldn't pat it on to get rid of the streaks. But I can always do like a comparison of these two. I also had like another flat brush, so I don't know if maybe another flat brush would work just as well as this one. I haven't tried any other flat brush with the foundation, but this does work really good. I really like it. And then another brush I really do like is this one right here, and this one's the E4. I really do like this one because I feel like I can contour very good with it. Like I can just go like this, and I do have other brushes. I do have other brushes similar to this one's similar because, you know, it has that, it's slanted like that, but they do look different. Like this one's longer, this one's shorter, and I feel like this one's like a little bit fatter and this one's a little bit thinner, so it kind of helps when like you're doing your contour to just, you know, do this right here. And this one I use it mostly like for blush. Her other brushes I haven't really tried. This one I did try as well. I tried it once to set under my concealer and it worked really good. So I mean, I do recommend these brushes. I haven't used these right here, but I do want to use them. I just don't want to use them all at once because I don't know, I'm using my other brushes as well. But yeah, I haven't used these, but these three right here, they did work pretty good. So since these three worked pretty good on me, I feel like the other ones are going to work really good as well. Like, I really like this brush, and I feel like you guys won't be disappointed. If you guys like full coverage, I feel like you guys won't be disappointed. If you guys have a brush like this from a different brand that works good, then I wouldn't purchase this, because like I said, this works good, but if you have one already, then there's really no point in buying this one, you know? So yeah, if you want to try it out, I will say go for it. You won't be disappointed if you are a full coverage type of girl. I don't know how well it would work with the foundation that's not full coverage, because it might not be as thick as a full coverage foundation. So I don't know how it will work. But if you like full coverage and you usually wear full coverage foundation, I feel like this is gonna work great for you. I'm probably gonna be using this a lot more than my sponges, which I've been using my sponges like all the time. That's like my go-to for my foundation. But now I'm going to switch it up to using this one, and probably using the sponge more like for my concealer or for other things. But yeah, definitely guys, check it out. You guys won't be disappointed. If you can't buy the whole set, which I don't really recommend the whole set, because if you have other brushes, then you can just keep using your other brushes that you have. But if you have the money at the time and you do want to make that investment, I feel like these will last you for a while, because I do have other Morphe brushes and they have lasted me. I have BH Cosmetic brushes and they have lasted me, so I feel like these affordable brushes do work very well. But anyways guys, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys on my next video.